All steps involved in planning the technology initiative are crucial to its success. The steps include planning the technology initiative, determining your technology needs, selecting your technology solutions, implementation of your technology, safeguarding your technology, maintenance and support of your technology, training for your technology, and integration of your technology. In this presentation, I will be highlighting the determining your technology needs step. This step, just like the rest, is extremely important. An instructional technologist needs to carefully conduct this step to identify what the need actually is that will drive the technology initiative. Without clear sight of what you plan to initiate, the initiative plan can become an aimless path that can lead to wrong technology being implemented, or improper training, or the technology that can't even be used with the current campus resources. In other words, if there is failure at the determining your technology needs step, this can completely throw off the rest of your technology initiative. In order to determine your technology needs, several crucial steps need to be taken to cover all the bases. The needs assessment requires several assessments, not just the questionnaire sent out to staff. You need to have a general idea of what you need to accomplish to drive your initiative. For example, the science department at Waller High School knew that they wanted to be able to have more technology-centered labs in order to help students make more real-life connections from those labs and simulations. Conducting the needs assessment should be staff that can identify the needs of the campus or even an outside expert to offer new insight. You also have to carefully decide who will participate in providing the feedback. The campus technologists, in conjunction with the district technology department, develop and conduct the needs assessment. The science department at Waller High School was selected to participate because the initiative is to address the needs of the science team. To conduct the needs assessment at Waller High School, the technologist has to carefully pick the audience, which is, in this case, the science department teachers. They provide valuable feedback that's going to help us determine what the need is and how we can address that need. In this example, the Waller High School science teachers were chosen because they are directly planning, interacting, using, and observing the actual use of technology in their classroom. The needs assessment involves several steps that lead to a proposal of suggestions to address the needs. In a technology needs assessment, you need to gather the information about the needs, analyze the results of the survey, and then document the results and analysis. These steps pertain to the actual survey conducted, but other areas also need to be surveyed that fall under the responsibility of the instructional technologist and the technology department. The technologist needs to ensure that any proposed technology initiative is going to serve the functional needs of the campus, meaning it is able to do what the staff needs it to do. When it comes to the software needed, the technologist needs to assess if new upgraded versions of the software are needed or if the current versions can still accomplish the task. The technologist needs to consider what software is needed for classrooms and how users will access the software, the training needed, and the actual technical requirement. In the survey data returned by the Waller High School Science Department, several answers pointed to a need of lab sensors and probeware, and also computers to run this technology. This helps the technologist identify what software is needed, if we already have that software, and who needs what kind of training to operate the software. After conducting the needs assessment, the technologist needs to create a statement that summarizes all the findings from the survey and resources. The statement should consult with all involved parties and present a convincing statement for the proposed technology initiative. Parts of a statement of needs include an introduction, system contents, system functions, access and capacity, and technical parameters. These parts of the statement detail important information in order to continue with a smooth, accurate technology initiative, helping avoid any future problems, such as buying technology or software that teachers can't use because the computers in place just don't have the capacity to run those programs. In the case of the Waller High School Science Department, it wasn't about buying a lot more new technology, but about extending current technology to other teams, and also providing additional training for those that need it. It's important that the technologists assess what technology and resources are currently available in the building. Before trying to meet the needs that teachers are requesting, the technologist needs to be aware of all technology on campus. The budget can sometimes be an issue for schools, therefore careful planning needs to go into what is being purchased, because a small error can cause a program that is purchased to shut down a computer that doesn't meet the technical requirements. Not only does hardware need to be assessed, but software currently being used on campus. The software has to be assessed for current effectiveness of functionality and availability. On a campus, the latest version of software may not be needed if an older version is doing the job just fine. In fact, Waller High School no longer offers Microsoft Office on student server accounts, as the majority of teachers are moving toward more digital options such as Google Drive. However, teachers do have access to Microsoft Office on their accounts, as well as other software that students don't necessarily need access to. Another resource that the technologist needs to consider is the capabilities of the school network. On a campus, all computers belong to the school district network. This allows them to link to each other and tap into common resources like softwares or hardware like printers on the network. With networks, the technologist or the technology department needs to determine if the server can be properly maintained. At a school district, this is not an issue, as the network maintenance depends on the staff that's specifically dedicated to overlook that network. The main thing to consider with the network is the safety and access of information on it. That is, who has access to what. Software for the high school is stored on the server to allow easy access to those needing it. However, it is carefully stored so that only those needing it can access it. Waller ISD specifically protects this by limiting what students have access to when they log into their user accounts on school computers. The Waller High School technologist has expressed to staff the importance of having backup copies of software used in the classroom. The science department has software specific for their lab sensors and probes that no one else on campus uses. So when systems are updated or switched out, the science department needs to make sure that they have those copy of the programs ready to be reinstalled. Before they were stored on flash drives, however, now they are added to our own school server for extra safekeeping. Even after assessing all of this, the final assessment comes down to what the budget allows. School technology resources are at the mercy of the limited funds. It is crucial for the technology department to properly allocate funds in the interest of the staff and students. In the proposal, the technologist needs to be able to present an initiative that shows recommendations using the most effective means. This means upgrading only what needs to be upgraded and buying only what can be bought and what needs to be purchased. For example, Waller ISD operated their computers on Windows XP up until the summer of 2015, when they were all upgraded to Windows 7. This was due to the fact that several software upgrades no longer operated on Windows XP, requiring all operating systems to be upgraded. The determining your needs step of the technology initiative is a very crucial initial step. The technologist needs to assess the current resources the campus has, such as hardware, software, personnel, and user training. All these need to be carefully assessed to make sure that new technology will fit in seamlessly. Although assessing resources is important, the technologist needs to also get the feedback from the actual users. The actual users can vary on the initiative, but usually include teachers, administrators, staff, and maybe students. The technologist also analyzes the feedback that users provide in order to determine what the best technology route is to address their needs. The determining the technology needs step needs to be carefully conducted in order to properly address the needs and to continue on to the next part of the technology initiative.